Northwest Suburban Conference girls basketball as tonight it's Park Center paying a visit here to take on the Falcons. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Patty Sorensen, and a 3-3 start to the year for Armstrong. Obviously they graduated some key players from last year. Some good, some bad, as coaches were saying, but they're really learning on the fly and kind of starting to click a little bit.
Exactly. That's kind of what happens. Like he said, you lose that many to graduation that contributed a lot. It takes a little bit for the girls to kind of figure out their roles and kind of connect and make it all work together.
For Park Center, they started out 0-4, but a nice second half in particular got them a win against Coon Rapids the other night. They were excited. They're hoping to build off that a little bit, even though they will be shorthanded with some injuries tonight.
Yeah, again, that's another team trying to figure out where they're going to chime together and work together, and especially tonight with some players out due to injury and other things, we're going to get to see how they handle that challenge.
Yeah, it certainly hurts their depth a little bit tonight, and they're a team that likes to put some pressure on the ball. It might have to change a little bit how they do things because of that, I would think.
I would think so too. I know he likes to go and he'll play his players off the bench. He's gone deep when I've seen him play before, but now you got to put people in different positions they weren't used to being in. So seeing how that responds and how he works with that change in depth will be interesting.
Yeah, Tyler Coley, the first-year head coach for Park Center, a veteran coach, but new to Park Center. Antoine Easley, meanwhile, has been on the bench for nearly 20 years now for Armstrong. Let's look at key players in tonight's contest, starting with the visiting Pirates. And Miriam Adewonne is a player that's done some good things for them this year, averaging around 10 points a game.
Yeah, she's a strong post. I mean, she does a great job when she gets in there. Get her to transition down the floor, get her in the paint there, rebound, get a good touch up off the glass. She should be fun to watch.
And for Armstrong, we're going to talk about a post player for them too that's had some done some pretty good work this year as a senior and looking to contribute in many ways, not as much scoring-wise, but the other things that post players like to do.
Well, exactly. Like Coach said, she's leading them in rebounding. She's doing a great job there. He loves her defensive presence. And also being a senior with this group of girls, also being a good leader out on the floor.
All right, Park Center, as we said, trying to build some momentum after that first win over Coon Rapids. Armstrong trying to take care of business here on their home court. They defeated the Pirates a couple of times a season ago, and they would love to do it again here this evening. Stay tuned. It's Park Center and Armstrong girls basketball, and it's up next on CCX. Welcome back here to Armstrong as we get set for tip-off in tonight's contest. We mentioned Park Center got some injury issues and a couple of Atlantis Brown and Tiana Lloyd, two of the regulars and seniors, not able to play tonight, and Harmony Mayberry also out with a sprained ankle. So they will not be quite at full strength here, but we'll see how things shape up. Interesting to jump it up at the beginning. We don't have people right around the circle, and the Falcons control the tip. Maya Dillard, now comes over to Park Center's Shafa. And Dillard getting a block there as Diggs tried to take it in. And taken away from Ella Cooley. Fast break opportunity, and the layup is good there for Shafa. Shafa getting the first two. And let's see, this will be a travel. And boy, Coach Easley talked about we have to take care of the basketball against their pressure, and that's exactly what they haven't done so far.
Exactly. I mean, he knew they're going to come out, pressing and pressuring the ball, and they've got to limit their turnovers.
There's Tyler Coley, the Pirates head coach, and there's some question on the possession arrow because it seemed to be controlled initially by Armstrong, but then Park Center got it, and then they're debating whose possession the next held ball should be.
Yeah, it is interesting because actually what happened is Armstrong had tipped the ball back in, and then Park Center got it. So they're...
Now this is a clock issue. The shot clock did not start. I think the game clock did, but the shot clock did not.
They're coming over with because I know they do the shot clock normally across the gym, I think. So I think they're coming over to try and figure out what's going on with the clock.
Well, an inauspicious start to this one here. Naya Shafa will inbound the ball once we get things squared away. And they get it inbounded, and Brianna Foster looking inside. Alawanle looking to attack, goes up and under and scores it. Nice move.
Nice job by her to just kind of maintain her presence and her body positioning and scooped it up there.
4-0 lead here for the Pirates. Peterson giving it back to Dillard, had it stripped away. Alawanle pushing it back. Little step through move, wouldn't drop for Diggs.
She stole it back.
Diggs going to fire this one up, a three-pointer, and it won't go. And ultimately rebounded there by Dillard for Armstrong. And again knocked loose. Falcons struggling to keep possession. And let's see, do we have a travel or a foul? It's going to be a foul against Armstrong as Wanley took it inside. I believe it's going to be Dillard that'll pick. No, actually Jade Peterson will pick it up, number 40 instead. Be her first. Diggs giving it right back inside. Alawanle goes up and missed it, and Peyton Erickson grabs it for the Falcons.
She switched that one to her left hand to go up, which was good. If she'd used that backboard, it would have helped her a little more.
Cooley trying to drive it in. It's out off of Cooley as it was raked out of there by Diggs and then hit the body of Cooley. Just a freshman, and they've been kind of coming after her a little bit. Long inbound, and that's going to be a violation as Diggs stepped over the end line as she threw that one. Didn't really have her feet set.
Well, and she really didn't have her girl as open as she thought she would, and to make that long of a pass, and that's what caused her to step over. She had a couple girls wide open right in front of her.
And knocked away on the inbound as they tried to get it to Dillard.
You know, though, that's one of the things. If you're going to try that long pass, try it now. It's going to keep the defense honest. They're, if they're going to cheat on you, send someone back, but make that pass.
Morgan Sanders, 25, is in now for Park Center. Maddie Fondo will take that three-pointer. That is way off. Pirates pushing it back the other way. Lyric Singleton will drop the pass off. Jumper spinning out. Now Dillard hits the front court over to Cooley. Picks up her dribble in a tough spot here.
Geez, that's a long, I was going to say, that's a long 5 seconds.
Diggs will check right back in here for Park Center. Shafa to the front court here. Back across, Shafa looking to drive the ball down the lane. Little left-hand layup is good. Her second basket, 6-0. Good start on the road here for the Pirates.
They were much more patient on that last possession.
Here's Erickson going to the hoop and was fouled. Alawanle blocked the ball up high but got some body, so Armstrong, I was asking Coach Easley before the game, do you want to make them pay if they pressure you too much? And he said, yeah, if it's there, we certainly do. It's just making the right decisions. And that time Peyton Erickson just kind of drew the contact and gets to the line, missing that first free throw, though. Erickson, the leading scorer for the Falcons this year. Another look at that. And actually, it wasn't all that clean even up high, either one.
Right.
Emily Fisher has checked in for Armstrong. Second free throw good. She's normally a starter, but a little bit ill, so comes off the bench tonight, number 5 for the Falcons. Let's see, that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yep.
Fisher immediately draws the offensive charge against Diggs.
She did a great job of just reading what they were going to try and do, stepping in there and taking that charge, and she took a hard one. I mean, yeah, she was set the whole time. Nice job by Emily.
Erickson gets to the free throw line, had it knocked away. Fisher recovers it, though. And there's some good tough D again, taken away by Shafa. And fouled by Fisher. You get the feeling that Armstrong's a little caught off guard just by how quick and aggressive Park Center's been against them. I mean, their coaches knew to expect that from scouting a little bit, but to the players right now, it's kind of like they're getting a little flustered.
Well, and you've got these young players at Park Center right now, these 8th graders. They're just going. They're quick. They're fast.
Sanders back in for Park Center. Shafa has 5 quick points. Pirates up 7-1. Make it 8 as she knocks down a pair, and they're able to set up that pressure too after the made free throw. Not the start Armstrong was looking for on their home court against a 1-4 team, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Oh.
Fondo's pass batted out. It goes last off of Cooley of Armstrong. So another turnover by the Falcons. And say, even if that one hadn't hit Armstrong, it's still a nice deflection to disrupt their offense.
Exactly. I always told the kids, there we go.
Offensive foul again here. This one will be on Singleton.
But I always told the kids, deflections there's a great stat. You disrupt their offense, and that's what we want to do. So if you can't get the steal, whatever, get a deflection.
Cooley almost lost the dribble. Now the steal is made by Shafa. And bounced a little bit short. Second try going up and in, though, for Diggs. 10-1 Pirates.
Their pressure is just all over the floor. The girls are doing a great job of it.
Fisher getting it over Cooley, an open look at a 3. It's short, though, and Diggs going to lead the attack the other way. Oops. Lost the handle, which actually saved her from a travel, I think.
I agree with you. I think that was about to be a travel there.
Another look that may or may not have gotten away with a foul there, but you got to keep playing. And you see Diggs missing that first one, but goes back and gets it herself.
Well, and it looked like she tried to pass over to her teammate, and it got deflected right back to her. I think one thing the girls are going to have to learn as far as on the Park Center side is that you want to go fast and you want to attack, but you don't need to get offensive fouls. You don't want to get the charges.
She'll be out of bounds off of Park Center. Fisher was in all kinds of trouble down there near the Park Center bench. Falcons fortunate to keep it again here. Peterson a pick, and then a steal, though, by Singleton as they went for the pick and roll. Singleton driving it all the way, was fouled And she'll go to the line, see if they'll get Cooley there, cutting across in front of her there. Yeah, it is on Ella Cooley. Armstrong, they're going to have to figure some things out. Too much dribbling, I think, would be part of it, but also just, again, been caught off guard by the quickness and aggression defensively.
Well, and I think just be a little more patient right now. Don't panic. You know what they're going to come. You have things to break press. You have your offense. Get down there, move the ball, cut, and try and get into your flow.
And a Smelser checking in here for Armstrong. And this time Singleton will miss a pair, and then we get a foul going against Sanders of Park Center. So everything's gone pretty well for the Pirates, except maybe that. They've got their 4th foul now, although Armstrong also has 3. And no fouls, or no more than 1 foul on any individual. And there's another takeaway. Singleton spinning and scoring.
Nice move. Good control.
Timeout taken by Park Center, 12-1. I think Antoine Easley kind of asking, are you sure they're not fouling us on a couple of those steals? But they did not get it. And Singleton will get the steal and then layup.
Well, they gave the timeout to Armstrong.
Yeah, I think Park Center was asking for one also.
I thought it looked like he was going for it too, but.
So Antoine Easley's team very sluggish so far, and you see the looks on their faces. He's kind of a little bit slow going here so far for the Falcons, for sure.
Exactly. You know, I've seen them play. If they just, like I said, take their time, break the press first, get up there, be patient breaking it. Don't try to panic and force anything, and then get into your offensive set.
I'm going to agree, though, with Coach Easley. At least 2 of those steals should have been fouls.
Yeah, there's a couple, yeah.
Last one included, and he was kind of more or less sticking up for his players here on that last, coming out of that timeout. You tell them to make sure that you're drawing a foul, but if they're not going to call it, it doesn't do you much good.
Exactly.
Knocked away, and another steal by Shafa. Nice Euro step move and lays it in. She already has 3 field goals and a couple of free throws, 8 points. And this time it's going to be a foul called on Shafa. Just a little bit late getting there.
And there's where the Park Center's got to be smarter too, as they're going in and they're reaching for the ball. Use the right hand. Get in the right position. Don't make those dumb fouls, as we always used to call them. No dumb fouls.
Peterson out at the high post. Smelser will pop it from the wing, and that one's not close and out of bounds and an air ball. So they're, even when they're not turning it over, they've kind of rushed a few shots too, and that's what that can do if the pressure speeds you up. Candace Bestman, number 20, checking in. And keep in mind, like we talked about, Park Center's doing this without 3 players that would normally be in their lineup.
Well, and that would, a couple of them definitely would have, or all 3 of them possibly would have started.
Anna Foster into the front court. That's going to be an illegal screen.
Is that 2 on her now then?
Yeah, Alawanle called for the illegal screen.
Sometimes we had to talk to the kids, when that person got the illegal screen, you had to talk to the person they were setting the screen up for. You've got to give them time to get there and set it, take it away, and then come back.
So Alawanle will check out, Diggs back in, and we said second foul on Merriam, so she'll probably have to sit for a bit here, you'd think.
I would think so.
Dillard driving the ball was fouled.
That was a great drive by Dillard. And she saw that seam and was able to draw the foul.
Bestman will pick it up. Or let's see, they may have given it to Sanders. Yeah, it will be Sanders instead of Bestman there. So her second as well is Maya Dillard trying to add to Armstrong's point total here. Gets the bounce, and now they're up to 2. Trailing it though 14-2.
Well, and that's the thing Park Center is going to have to be careful of too. Right now they're getting several players with a couple fouls, and Still a lot of the half to play.
Diggs driving the ball here. Pull up no good. And we get a travel. Yeah, good rebound. Good fight for the rebound by Bestman, but then she shuffled her feet. Erickson out. Cooley in here for Armstrong. Fondo will inbound. Smelser into the front court. Driving it all the way, wouldn't go. Nice rebound by Dillard, and she gets the putback. First basket for Armstrong, coming with 11:23 to go in the half. Sanders cut off. That'll be a travel on the baseline move by Bestman.
You know, you're seeing Dillard be very active defensively also right now too. I mean, she's been able to attack a couple times, but the defense is helping to turn things over.
Tried to pick and roll there, and the ball swatted away there. Good recovery by Diggs. Fondo will inbound on the baseline for Armstrong. And knocked away from Cooley. Cooley wasn't as open as she thought she was. Fondo was trying to direct her that I don't have a good line to get it to you.
Well, and she seemed to move very passively through there, too. It was like, it's tough to read what she was trying to accomplish on that one.
Park Center slowed their pace a little bit offensively now, too, but still a big lead at 14-4. Inbounded to Fisher. Park Center backing off a little bit. Probably a nod to that foul situation, maybe as much as anything. But they're going to attack in the half-court defense. Cooley picks up her dribble.
Yep.
And we'll get a foul call against Diggs. It'll be her second. Kind of bailed her out, though. She picked her dribble up in a bad spot. Be bonus time here, and we've still got 10.5 minutes to go in the half. So the early lead is great for Park Center, but they're in danger of getting some pretty serious foul trouble too.
Well, and you know, for Armstrong, to their advantage, they're getting themselves opportunities with the clock not running, so that helps them a lot.
Singleton will check back in. Diggs out for Cooley's second free throw is also good.
Yeah, what Diggs needed to do on that last one as the player was moving, and as soon as she took the ball, and Diggs just went right over her head with her, and that's how she drew that foul. It's hard to tell yourself, I got to let go. She thought she had a tie-up. Oh, nice block.
Dillard getting up for the block there, and then we're going to get a carry. Cooley dribbled it up high and over the arm of the Pirate, but wow, Dillard, that was a nice block.
That was a beautiful block. Oh yeah, nice job by Dillard.
Bestman cutting through the middle, squeezed it up but couldn't get it to go, and Dillard the rebound, but then gave it away to Singleton. Singleton switching hands to get around the shot blocker that time. And we'll get a foul call going against the Pirates again, it looks like.
That one's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I thought that one maybe could have been a jump ball.
Yeah, or possibly because I thought she was going to the ball and the other girl kind of back. I don't know.
Foster will pick it up. So Smelser will head to the free throw line here. All of Armstrong's points except 2 are on free throws here, but they're kind of slowly but surely chipping their way back into it. This Park Center was getting those steals early, but now being called for a sizable number of fouls.
Yeah, they got a lot of people with some foul issues going. I mean, it's only 2 for some, but that's 2 this early in the game makes it an issue.
Got 1 out of 2 that time, so 14-7 is where it'll stay. Foster getting a high screen and then back over to Shafa. Pretty good help defense there to cut that drive off. Singleton took a bit of a bump there, and they say play on. And that'll be a foul on Dillard as Bestman went to the baseline.
You know, and the tough part on that, too, she really didn't have a good angle to come out if Dillard could have just maintained her positioning.
Free throw short there for Candace Bestman. Pirates, we said, still maintaining the lead, but they've been a while without scoring here now. Now there's the free throw good. First bench point for PC, 15-7. Now Fisher, they were a little slow picking her up, but then there was clean takeaway by Shafa. Foster picks up her dribble out high and will hand it over to Shafa. Drives, pulls up, scores, and one.
Nice.
Shafa will get a chance for a three-point play as Fisher will pick up her second foul. Nice hard jump stop there that really helped to set that up.
Yeah, she did a great job of staying in control, and that's huge. Some of the times the kids kind of struggle with that part of it.
Fondo coming back in. Fisher will have to check out with that second foul there for Armstrong. So now the Pirates getting it going again a little bit, leading at 18-7. Trying to make it back-to-back wins after they started out 0-4. Little 1-2-2 for the Pirates. Cooley had it blocked. And then knocked out of bounds by Cooley. It'll be Park Center ball.
And you know, you look at what Park Center's been able to do so far, and like we said earlier, without three people that play valuable many minutes for them, these young kids have just stepped up. Next person up.
Sanders driving into the middle, turns back, and is fouled by Smelzer. So turnabout is fair play here as they've started to draw some fouls against Armstrong.
Yeah, the next one puts them in 1-1.
Morgan Sanders at the free throw line here, and that one is too strong. And misses a pair. Smelzer grabs the rebound here for Armstrong. Behind the back dribble, pull up jumper, but it's in and out. Singleton.
You can see they want to run and they want to push this tempo, which is the style they like to play. But they're learning also to control.
Long jumper wouldn't go. Bestman, a nice rebound, and she scores. Looked like she was blocked out, but she just wouldn't take no for an answer there. Smelzer getting it off to Erickson, who has been pretty silent so far here. Erickson, their leading scorer this year, and knocked away. Ball was kicked. It'll be Park Center ball, I believe they said. Erickson. Or is it a foul on Erickson? Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Erickson, a trip rather than a kicked ball. And I agree. I think that was the right call. Erickson was worried about an over and back there, but you first and foremost have to just go grab the ball. Don't give them a layup.
Exactly, and that's one of the things you talk to him. Yeah, we might be getting an over and back, but do not give them an easy layup.
Singleton to the free throw line, but missed it, and then Bestman will be called for the over the back. Be her first. Gonna have quite a free throw contest going here the way it looks.
I agree.
And Fondo will head to the free throw line here. I'll say this. Nobody loves a game where there's a lot of free throws, but I would say virtually all of these have been fouls.
Yes, I agree. You know, and that's going to come with the aggressive style they're playing, and because they're so young, as they continue this and they continue to work on their skill, hopefully they'll be able to correct some of those fouls coming off of their aggressive play and still play aggressive.
Fondo misses, but then Dillard runs it down. Pull-up jumper on the baseline, spins in and out, and Sanders the rebound for Park Center. So 12-point lead here for PC on the road. Singleton will step into a three. It was in and out. Smelser grabs the rebound. Down toward Erickson. The pass was behind her, and Armstrong. I think a smart move by Park Center here, going to this 1-2-2 look. I think it's almost entirely because of fouls, but it's still given Armstrong a little trouble with a different look.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was smart just to get yourself in something. You still play that defense aggressively, but yeah, all of a sudden they're having to learn how to adjust to it.
Singleton giving it up to Schaffa. That one is wide left.
They haven't been very successful on the outside shooting Park Center. They've been more successful down low and attacking. Nice job.
Dillard with a quick little one-hander. No wasted motion there either.
No.
She just made that one quick power dribble and went right up. So the lead is 10 for Park Center, despite an extremely slow start by Armstrong. They've kind of chipped away and gotten back in it.
Well, I think Armstrong's gotten a little more comfortable in their defense now, too, because they're not giving up. I mean, Park Center's having to work a little harder, and they're having to take some outside shots that haven't been successful for them.
Bestman, a nice drive, no good. Singleton, though, gets the putback. Quick off her feet there for that rebound.
That was a nice putback by Singleton.
Erickson getting an open look on a three, no good, but was fouled by Bestman. So she'll get a free throw opportunity here. And
that's going to be her second one,
yeah,
too.
Bestman, you know, you like the effort, but you generally don't want to run into a three-point shooter like that.
Well, and the kids got to remember, too, you know, I've watched a few games at other sites and stuff, and it's like, let the person come down. You've got to let them come down before you get in there, and you're going to draw that foul. You think you were there taking a charge, but they have a right to come down.
Erickson hits the middle free throw, and one more coming here. And makes 2 out of 3, so back to a 10-point game. Subbing in now for Armstrong is Myron Wilson, number 33. A little under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Park Center got off to a great start. Armstrong's kind of battled back, but still down 10. Foster, who almost tied up there by Erickson. Schaffa stepping in, shoots the short jumper and hits. Boy, she has had a heck of a first half. Already has 13 points.
She definitely has. You know, I was looking at the grade the Park Center players out on the floor on. You got, what, 2 8th graders, a 9th grader, and a 10th grader. They are getting lots of good, valuable minutes.
Schaffa feeling it now and knocks down a 3. After the steal, Foster gets the assist, and Schaffa buries the three-pointer.
But she's at, what, 16 right now? What is she at right now?
Yeah, 16.
16, wow.
Falcons will get another chance at it here. That one partially blocked. And it's going to stay with Armstrong. I think there's a question whether the shot clock should have reset here. I feel like it shouldn't have. Oh, they're going to actually overrule on the out-of-bounds call there. And it'll be PC ball. I think I'm not sure whose ball it should have been, but I think a good job of fishing, because sometimes the person a little farther away has a better angle.
Exactly, and I like it when they're at least going to go have the conversation. This is what I saw, and it's like, okay.
Sanders will shoot a 3. That one is short on the rim. And then we'll get a tie up, and it'll be Park Center ball. Singleton will inbound here for Park Center. And they want to go back to her, dumped it inside.
Oh, she still got it.
Picked it up, goes to the left hand and scores her third basket. Didn't panic there when they knocked it away from her.
Right, I mean, just the composure. Oop.
Inside to Jade Peterson, that'll count, and a foul. Nice quick pass down to the post there.
That was on what, Bessman? Ooh.
Sanders will get
Sanders?
her third.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, it would have been the third right there.
Yeah. Well, now, it's a double bonus every foul right now, whether they're shooting or not. I mean, got to figure out how to stop fouling a little bit here.
Free throw no good, so Sanders coming back the other way here for Park Center. Their lead is at 15.
They just missed her cutting down the lane. She's nice cut.
Schaffa drives and dishes. Foster will shoot a three and hit. In rhythm there off the pass. Brianna Foster, first basket for her. Second made three of the night for the Pirates. And Erickson answers at the other end. The first three for Armstrong right there. But all it does is bring them back to within 15 after Park Center had made their three. Bessman driving it down the baseline. That one wouldn't go. Wilson the rebound and almost gave it away. Erickson open again for a three. That one is short. Schaffa again with that little pull-up, that time short with it. Smelser coming back the other way. Here's Fondo. Smelser carried it or traveled, yep.
I thought what you said right there, I thought there was maybe almost a carry before she traveled.
And it very well could have been an illegal screen out high too on Peterson there. So it'll be Park Center basketball. 3:02 to go here, first half. Pirates trying to win their second in a row after they'd started 0-4.
And you got the kids learning a new system again. And like I said, we got a lot of youth learning things. And the intensity they're playing with, if they can just reduce some of their fouls. And
Bessman was fouled as she stepped in for that jumper in the edge of the lane. Peterson will pick up her second. Free throw bounces and drops there for Bessman. She has 4 points. 33-17 Park Center. One more coming here for Bessman. No good on that one, and Peterson grabs the rebound. Not great free throwing by either team here, too, or the points, they each could have more points if they'd been a little stronger at the line. Erickson for three, hits, and another foul. Same situation as before. Bessman runs into her, and a chance for the rare 4-point play for Peyton Erickson.
is that on Foster then too?
That one was Bessman.
Okay.
And then you remind you of the drill where you come out with the quick shuffle steps so that you're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Erickson will pick it up. The closeout drills where you're coming out hands high and you're moving your feet so that you can stop and not continue and run into the player. Foster with a nice move and banks it home. Fisher ahead. Erickson's going to take another three, and this time short. Singleton leading it back the other way. And it's going to be an offensive foul, no basket. Fondo drawing the charge. Tyler Coley saying it was a little late slide, and I am inclined to agree with him.
I from up here too, I thought, oh man, I thought that should have gone the other way possibly.
Wilson giving it to Fisher. Back out, Erickson will rotate it to Fondo, driving baseline for the runner, but it's no good, and she gets it back. Then Fisher had it blocked. Singleton out of there and was fouled. Wilson tripped her up there, and that'll be the first on Wilson, and we'll head to the other end here for free throws for Singleton. Be the last 1 and 1 of the half here, the 9th team foul. Singleton right on the money. She missed her first 3 free throws and now nails that one. Looked good on that shot. She has 7 points. And now 37-21 here for the Pirates. Dillard coming back in. Dillard inbounding to Erickson. Here's Fisher, lost it on the way up, out off of Park Center. Here's where you do a quick inventory too. Okay, who's got 2 fouls and do I want to get them out? They got obviously some with both sides.
Well, and on Park Center side, you've got a good lead. I mean, you got a couple players in there right now with 3 fouls.
Erickson, a 3 from the left side, this time no good. Wilson will grab the rebound, almost a steal. The problem too though for Coach Coley is that they're a little short-handed, and you don't really want to put somebody in that's maybe not ready for varsity ball too.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the tough part when you get in that situation. You got 3 regulars out with injuries, and then you're in the foul trouble, and yeah, who do you put in there?
Dillard with the layup off the inbound pass. Nice job of going up with that one. Dillard's made some good plays in this first half. That great block, but also offensive end. She's done some good things as well. Sanders kicks it back out. Under a minute to play now in the first half. Park Center by 14. Foster banking it up and in. And her 3rd basket of the half, 39-23. Oh. Fisher into traffic. Did she walk? Yes, okay. She did.
Yeah, those kids are doing a great job using that backboard as they're attacking also. And I think that was always one of my frustrations when it was like, use the backboard. You're going to get more points. It's right there for you. And these guys are doing a good job of using it.
And it feels like you have a little more margin for error if you get bumped a little bit too, which did happen on that last one.
Yes.
Shot clock just a couple seconds different than the game clock, so they can almost work it down if they choose, but it doesn't really look like they're thinking along those lines. Sanders will launch it up. It was straight but short. Wilson rebounding, but she stepped out of bounds. It'll be Park Center getting it back.
That's the other thing that's tough to teach when you're pushing and running and gunning. And then you need these kids to slow down and use the shot clock. Use the time, get a good shot off.
They get the miss, but then they'll get another opportunity as Wilson's foot out of bounds as she pivoted there after grabbing the rebound. Foster looking to drive the ball here and stumbled a bit. Smells her out of there with it. And the half is going to come to an end. And a very good first half for the visiting team as Park Center, despite some foul trouble and despite being shorthanded, started out very well, and they will carry a 16-point lead into halftime. Park Center 39 and Armstrong 23. We will come back with first half highlights and stats, and then our second half of basketball as the Pirates try to continue this good start.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Armstrong. An interesting first half. The visiting Pirates jumping all over Armstrong early, getting a lot of steals, a lot of turnovers, and they lead at 39-23 at the half. As we take a look at some highlights from that opening half, it felt like Armstrong was a little bit shell-shocked to begin things here as they were giving the ball away left and right, and a number of steals early. And that time, Shafa getting it and taking it all the way. She had a really good first half for Park Center. And then Alawanya getting that hoop early inside. And Shafa, another strong move to the hoop, switching to the left hand to score there. And there was a steal by Singleton, who also had a pretty good half for the Pirates. Great spin move there. Banked it home. Took Armstrong a long time to finally get going. Smells are the miss there, but Dillard a nice rebound and put back. And here's an and one play for Shafa as she's pulled up for the jumper. Here's Dillard, another nice hoop there as she catches and turns with a little half hook inside. Foster, after getting the steal, giving it up here for an open look from the wing, and Shafa burying a three right there. And this time Shafa getting the assist as she goes over for Foster's open look. Erickson didn't get many looks at the basket early, but got a couple of threes to go, including this one where she had a chance for and made a 4-point play. They've run into her a couple times on threes. But Armstrong's been an uphill climb all night, and they were down 16, as we said. Shafa with 16 to lead the way for PC, and Singleton 8, Foster with 7. Erickson, we said, a slow start with 10, and then Dillard, I thought, had a pretty good half with 7, but Fisher, who's been coming off an illness, normally averaging about 11 a game, has not scored after coming off the bench for them in the first half. We'll take a timeout, come back with half number 2 here, see if Park Center can keep it up or if Armstrong will be able to chip away and make a game of this here in half number 2. Pirates 39, Falcons 23 as we get set for the second half on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back here to Armstrong High School along with Patty Sorensen. I'm Jay Wilcox as Armstrong will inbound to begin our second half. Maddie Fondo getting set to trigger the ball in. And gets it to Fisher, and here we go in half number 2. Back to zeros on the board for fouls for the half. We'll see how long it stays that way, though. It was a very foul-filled first half, and there's going to be one right there.
Right there.
On the reach-in on Foster as Peterson rolled to the hoop.
Foster just got there too late to...
And it looks like Singleton will get the foul instead.
It Singleton? Okay.
I don't believe they're going to call it a shooting foul. They're going to say it was on the pass reception there.
And that's Singleton's. Is that her third, too?
Look as was knocked away as she started to go up. Looked like quite a bit of ball there, but
I think when they see you come across and slapping down like that, I think sometimes they figure you had to hit an arm or something.
Fisher lost the dribble, picks it back up, and was fouled.
It's going to be on, what is it, Shafa?
Well, we talked about that's the one thing that Park Center's got to be a little bit worried about is certainly fouls mounting up for them.
You know, you like the intensity kids to play, but they've got to play smarter on that defensive end.
Fondo shooting the three, no good. Singleton grabs the rebound for Park Center. Diggs getting it over. Shafa, an open look, wouldn't go. And a nice rebound and putback by Alawanle for PC. Her second basket of the night. And their lead is 18. Cooley driving it down the middle, rolls out. Ooh. And then Alawanle bounced it off her foot. It'll be Armstrong ball.
She just tried to get going before she had total control of the ball, and they've got to be happy that they've got her back inside back in the game with her inside presence.
Set a double screen for Erickson, but the Pirates defended it pretty well. Fisher, that's going to be a foul on Peterson, an illegal screen. I think that'll be her third. So the first Armstrong player to get to 3 fouls. Park Center has 3 players that have 3. Now it's Armstrong's turn to come with a little 3/4 court pressure. Foster swinging it across. That time they'll pass up a 3 look.
I just don't think she had the ball in the way she wanted to be able to suit it there again. Just getting control of it.
Diggs driving it here and banks it in.
She does a nice job at that, doesn't she?
Her second basket, and the lead is 20 for Park Center. Fisher lobbing into Peterson and lays it in. But Armstrong, even though he's still got a lot of time to go, they don't want to be trading baskets right now. They're down big. And the one leg going to the hoop, missed it. Peterson grabs it.
Yeah, she just kind of tossed that up there instead of, she made it to the bucket. She just needed to take control, but good on it. Armstrong getting the ball back.
Cooley, a nice drive, and she lays it in. The first basket for the freshman. Armstrong kind of showing signs of life a little bit here, but still down 16. Diggs is going to take that 3. It was partially blocked.
Yeah, there's where she actually had a 2-on-1 break when she stopped up there.
Fondo rotating it to Cooley, and that one's off. Singleton working her way back up court. Missed it. And out of bounds off Armstrong. It'll stay with Park Center. Timeout taken by Tyler Cooley on the Park Center bench here.
I think he just kind of wants to talk to him about, once you've broken that press, let's see what we have. I mean, there's a couple shots they took back there that I think they would have liked to have had back, because the one time they had a person, if she would have continued to attack, defense would have come over and she would have had a person on the other side there for an easy bucket for themselves. And right now, Armstrong's getting a little more comfortable offensively. They're starting to attack and having the open lane, and they can make those buckets.
And I think their change defensively, coming with a little bit of pressure, has given Park Center something different to look at as well. Even though it is still this big of a margin, you do sort of feel like Armstrong has made inroads a little bit on these last few possessions anyway.
They've looked more comfortable, so I think they're feeling a little more confident also.
Singleton will hand it off to Foster, looking down low, and Cooley got over there to get the tie up. It'll stay with Park Center, but a good read to jump in and try and steal that pass.
Well, and that's where Miriam's got to be really focused, because they're going to come at her. So she's got to make sure she gets control of the ball first before she tries to make her move.
They give it back to her. She'll kick it back out as the double team came. Nice job kind of pinning her in there. Singleton the drive and dish. Shafa will shoot a 3. That's way off. Foster misses on the rebound. Gets it back again, though. Strong drive by Shafa, no good. It was a blocking foul on Cooley. So free throws upcoming. Shafa trying to get her first points of the second half after a dynamite 16-point opening half. And she has been money at the line, 4 for 4. Too strong with the second. Erickson picking it up there. Hands it off. Fondo out on the wing. Peterson posting up. Little turnaround there is off. And Diggs coming back. She'll stop and fire and hit. It's a 3.
That was nice. Worked, got that rebound, came down, pulled that jump shot.
Back to a 20-point lead now for Park Center. Fisher fouled by Diggs. And Fisher will head to the free throw line.
Nice job. She comes down, she just gets set and puts it up in a nice finish.
First free throw was good by Fisher. Singleton will get a breather. And Demi Holman, number 34, in now.
She's just a 7th grader.
Fisher makes them both. So 47-29. Dillard will come back in here for Armstrong. Foster giving it back to Diggs. And Holman off the bench fires and hits a 3. Wow.
Wow. Come off after what? You know, she played in the JV game but didn't play at all the first half, and they hit her right away.
It's not easy to do, to be ready to fire like that.
No.
Oh, and there's a nice takeaway. Alawanle will go all the way. Missed it, though. And Fondo the rebound, and then it's thrown away. Shafa will shoot a 3. That's no good. Ooh. And a foul call there at a big-time collision. Going to go against Armstrong, I believe. As Alawanle was fouled by Cooley.
Yeah, I think they both went up, and
Alawanle's free throw bounces around and drops. See, she goes up for the rebound there, and then they just
she kind of wrapped around her. Yeah.
Second one, no good. Fisher wins the fight for the rebound. Cross to Erickson, but missed it. Shafa with it at the top of the key. Foster on the drive, tossed it up and in. Kind of looked awkward. She got bumped a little bit, but somehow able to get that one to drop. Smells giving it inside. There's a nice move, but it wouldn't drop for Dillard. Holman will let it rip again, this time short, but a nice rebound by Diggs. Oh, in and out.
And she gets her own rebound.
Diggs, spin move, no good, but she was fouled.
She works so hard on the boards, and just when she attacks, she just keeps in there.
She's very quick off her feet, too.
Yes.
Diggs listed at 5'5", but nobody told her that.
No,
She's
I know.
quick to get the ball.
Kind of reminds me of some of those other Park Center teams. Some of their smaller players were pulling down most of the boards.
Gets the second one to go. 54-29 Pirates. When I said earlier Armstrong looked like they were starting maybe get back in it, it doesn't look like it again now.
Oh, that was a great save right to Diggs, too. I mean, her teammate Diggs stayed there.
Diggs goes all the way, count it, plus the foul. She saw a little opening and was not going to back it out.
You know, and that all started back here on the defensive end where her teammate was about to fall out. Diggs stayed so she had an outlet and then was able to come down and finish that and get to the line.
Antoine Easley calling a timeout as the wheels have fallen off again for Armstrong. It looks like here they just having trouble getting anything going. Here's a look at Diggs. Watch this nice attack. Smelser called for the foul. You see Coach Easley, when we asked, how things been looking, he said, kind of up and down. Some nights good, some nights not. And I would say this would be one that he'd say not.
Yes, yes.
And he's getting after him a little bit. He's, not one of the big yellers among coaches, I wouldn't say overall. But right now, I think he's kind of letting him know that we've been passive. I feel like, to me, that, turnovers and all these things, being too passive is sort of the start of all of that. They have been just not the aggressor on most of these instances.
I agree with you. I'm used to seeing them be a little more of a, like you said, being the aggressor, attacking and going at it. And you're 6 games in and you're going, I know we're replacing kids, but people people playing different roles than what they used to play. People are all learning that.
Mac Person getting an opportunity now for Armstrong, number 4, junior. Diggs trying to complete the 3-point play. She has really come out strong here to start the second half. Missed that one, though. Dillard up the left side, banking it home. Wow, she has had some really nice plays here tonight. 9 points total.
Had some nice defensive plays.
Foster open and nails a 3. Boy, every time Armstrong's starting to feel a little bit good about something, Park Center seems to have the answer. Ahead to Dillard here, driving it and was fouled. Looks like Alawanle might have kind of got the worst of that, got hit in the face a little bit, but I think it was the correct call as she was called for the foul there.
It kind of looked like possibly she had the hand on the hip and got her possibly both places.
Dillard short on that free throw. And too long with the second one. Wilson trying to rip that rebound away. Let's see whose ball is going to be. Park Center is out off of Wilson. Good effort, though. 11:20 to go. Park Center dominating this one, 59-31. Diggs attacking again.
Oh, my
wow,
goodness.
she's unstoppable.
She feels it right now, and she's seeing those lanes.
30-point lead for Park Center. Oh, that'll be an illegal screen, I think. Yeah. Dillard ended up, and I think that goes back maybe to what you said earlier, though. The dribbler needs to do a better job of setting that up. I don't know that it was necessarily the screener's fault there, but you kind of have to call that.
Exactly, and that's the hard part. It's like sometimes we'd talk to kids and I go, well, that was actually your foul because you didn't give her time to.
Well, Dillard didn't pout. She gets a quick steal at the other end. Erickson giving it up to Dillard. Going to attack into the middle and no good. Travel call there.
Yeah.
The pass kind of caught Shafa like sort of in between. She didn't have her feet set when she caught it.
It's almost like she wasn't expecting it that quick.
Yeah, and one of the last things that comes for a lot of, players as they're reaching varsity age is, consistent with the footwork.
Oops.
Thrown ahead, Foster has to save it, but guess who's there? Diggs, and she was fouled. And that little play right there is sort of a microcosm of the game, it feels like. Armstrong just slow to the ball, and meanwhile Park Center hustled in, saved it, and then did a good job receiving the pass as well.
I just am impressed with how aware Diggs is of what's going on the floor on both ends and where people are. And just her hustle to get back in. I mean, she got the ball up there, but then she hustled back to get it back to her.
Anna Shepard checking in for Armstrong. That was a 7th team foul, so kind of a flip-flop from the first half, and that Armstrong is the team picking up all the fouls, or more of them anyway, than Park Center in this half. Diggs nails her free throw. She has 11 points in this half, and 13 now for the game. And makes both free throws here. You can just feel Park Center's confidence level is really rising.
Now what you've got to get them to be careful that they don't get so overly aggressive and confident that they start making mistakes you don't want to see.
Wilson gets the putback after Shepard missed the layup. And Foster, another kind of unorthodox looking shot, but that appears to be her thing.
Oh, geez, that was like almost a tackle right there.
Sanders fell into Shepard. I think that'll be number 4 on Sanders. Kind of just an excuse me one. I mean, she just lost her balance and fell into her.
One I think just kind of was going so fast, didn't, yeah, it was.
Smelser will inbound here for Armstrong. And pass was behind Dillard, and Singleton the steal. Looking ahead, Diggs, a nice toss the other way, but then it gets away. Or a nice idea anyway, maybe not quite there on the execution of that pass, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Yeah, trying to get everybody else involved now too.
Ooh, Shepard nearly traveled there. Pick and roll to Wilson, layup no good. Armstrong going with a lot of subs right now. Here's Holman from the corner, in and out. Singleton the rebound and put back. She's into double figures with that hoop. 67-33 PC. I can't really say I expected this score coming into the night.
No, I thought we'd see a closer matchup.
Smelser getting the 3 to bounce in. Singleton turns the corner, no good, but was fouled. Showing some, but the other thing that they've had the huge advantage on is quickness overall.
Right, the quickness, and then even their depth, the bench coming in, they're quick. You're not losing tempo or anything.
Singleton missing that first free throw. Jade Peterson will check back in here for Armstrong. Armstrong sitting some of their, better players, and I think he's just saying, well, you haven't really been getting it done. We're going to give some other people a chance. And right through Wilson's hands, another bad turnover there by Armstrong. Well, Wanley will come back in here for Park Center. Finalizing a substitution. I think there was almost too many people on the court there for a moment. Somebody didn't get word that they were being subbed in for. But I think a good job to, kind of take the time to sort it out, not put it in play and call a quick technical.
Right.
Here's Diggs with the drive. Score it again. Diggs has just been on fire here in the second half. Person will pick up the foul for Armstrong, and Diggs a chance for a three-point play here. Fondo will check back in for Person here for the Falcons. they're far enough behind now that Armstrong kind of probably thinking about, let's at least get some confidence built back a little bit heading down the stretch for our next game. Because I think it's fair to say they're too far behind now to really realistically compete in this one. But
yeah, I think that would be, I agree with you. I think it'd be kind of tough to come back on this.
Smells are cut off by Diggs.
What you want to do if you're Armstrong, and what I'm sure Coach Easley's we still have to play competitive and hard till the very end. This is where we learn. What are we made of? How hard are we going to fight? I know we're down by a lot, but we just got to play ball.
Into Wilson. Ooh, offensive foul, I think. Oh, no, they're going to call this on Diggs.
Oh.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. I thought she read that.
Yeah, that was
perfect.
offensive. She kind of threw her.
Interesting. Diggs realized she was a lot smaller than Wilson. I thought she played that exactly right, and Wilson. And there's going to be a
they
little
should
discussion.
talk about that, because I think if we were where they could go back and do the replay, they're going to look at that, and she really initiated it.
And
see, now watch right here. She goes, and then Diggs is standing there, and then right there.
yeah, they missed that one.
They did.
Free throw is good by Wilson. My only thought was, and I thought we might see it on the replay, is, maybe did she reach a little bit before the arm hit her, but it didn't look like it. She was pretty well stationary. However, a call that goes against you is a lot easier to stomach when you're up 70-38, though,
True.
right?
True. Oh, now they're having another conversation. We're talking something about one-on-one.
Well, Wilson made them both anyway, so
yeah, I don't.
I'm not sure what the question was there, but we're back into action. Foster with it out on the wing. And
a little much.
Quite roll in there on the drive by Schaffa. And a long throw ahead. It'll be out off of Armstrong. Wilson really wasn't open there. That's quite a gamble. Now, if the defense wasn't paying attention, you might be able to sneak that one in, but they saw it coming.
Well, and they're so quick, too.
Smelser will check out. Cooley back in here for Armstrong. Started out with a 14-1 lead for Park Center as they forced turnover after turnover early, and Armstrong, kind of whittled away, but never really got back in it. And Singleton is fouled as she drives down the lane. That'll be Wilson picking it up, and Singleton heading to the free throw line. 4 of the 5 starters for Park Center in double figures.
Gotta like that.
Singleton's free throw is good.
Because as you were talking to Coach before the game, and it's like, well, you had 2 out, and then the other one with a sprained ankle, and it's like, see what happens. They came out on fire.
Singleton makes a pair. Timeout taken by PC. You see, Coach, I think he's building for future games too right there. They were a little bit slow to pay attention in the timeout huddle, and we're up big in this game, but to be a better team, we need to be listening and paying attention at all times. And
game's not done yet.
Right.
And
I think the teams that are way ahead or way behind, you still coach like it's a tie game.
Exactly. And you expect your players to play that way.
Wilson will inbound here for Armstrong. It's been a tough night for the home team. Had a chance to see them win here on CCX a couple weeks back, and with a good second half against St. Louis Park, but it's not going to be the case this time. Or excuse me, not St. Louis Park, Kennedy.
Yep,
yeah,
Kennedy. I was reprocessing that through. Okay, which games
sorry,
have I seen?
I'm thinking of Park Center played St. Louis Park pretty recently. Step back here by Schaffa. That one is short. She had a big first half. Hasn't really gotten a lot going in the second. Been in and out of the lineup a little bit more, but still you have to like her overall night based on that 16-point first half.
Definitely. And, and it's been nice that, and other players step up this half. So, that's the positive thing. Oh,
and
nice. Oh,
almost had the steal. Cooley got it back and traveled. She was kind of spinning around while she was on her back to avoid being tied up, and called for the travel there. So Park Center gets the basketball. Singleton will whip it across. Sanders shooting a three, it's short. Shepard had it knocked away. Singleton with the steal. Ooh, and then a foul. Ooh, let's see, offensive, no, blocking foul. Gonna go against Fondo. And I think he got a little excited and signaled the wrong way there. He was intending to call it as a defensive foul, but and Coach Easley right now asking, I thought you called a charge there. And free throw good again for Singleton. I believe we should be in the running time right now with this score. And we just reached that threshold though.
Yep.
So dumped inside, and Singleton up with another steal. Pull-up jumper, good for Foster, her third three of the night. Under 6 to play now. All Pirates. Fondo trying to get it to Shepard, knocked out of bounds by Park Center. Holman's going to check in for Sanders here for Park Center. Fondo getting it to Shepard for a three, and she hits. And the Shepard getting her name in the score column with that bucket. Singleton will give it back to Holman. Singleton kicking it back out. Holman was fouled as she started to drive. Wilson will get her fourth as Holman goes to the free throw line, just a seventh grader. And makes the free throw. Uh, 78-41 Pirates, and one more coming. She gets a bounce on both of them. And you get 79-41 Pirates as they're nearing that 80-point mark, and a nice steal by Alawanle.
They tried to do the roll, and it's Alawanle was right there.
She gets the offensive rebound here, goes up, no good, but was fouled.
She's been hit in the face a few times tonight. She's playing tough.
That's going to be the 5th foul on Wilson, so she kind of got her money's worth and not a whole lot of court time. Anna Dumas coming in to replace her for the Falcons. Bounces and drops there for Alawanle.
You know, like you talked earlier, that tale of two halves in the foul situation, and it is, and it's like, I don't want to say anything and jinx anything, but the other team hasn't even. I mean, Park Center doesn't have them in Armstrong in 1-on-1 yet. One foul away from that.
Cooley picking it up near half court there.
Yeah.
Oops, that'll be a foul on Shaffa. Yeah, I think that's a credit to Park Center that they stayed aggressive, but certainly cut down on their fouls in the second half. That was the one thing in the first half that you'd say, you know, it helped to get the lead, those early steals, but they were kind of not dialing it back enough at times and picking up, you know, fouls that were generally pretty easy to call.
I agree. And right now it's like, don't make, right now play good defense, but let's quit putting them at the foul line, you know?
Singleton short on that 3, but Alawanle grabbed the rebound. Timeout, Park Center.
I think coach saw that his post was in a little bit of trouble there, didn't have anybody to get the ball to, and versus turn it over. Used his timeout. You know, you look at the score and, you know, Park Center is winning easily, but there's still so many things there that he's going to address that you've got to fix. And as far as when you're playing intense, smart plays. I always used to call them stupid fouls. No stupid fouls. You got to play smart. You don't want to get one because you're out of position and then you're reaching or something. But
Park Center, a couple of home games next week as they'll be hosting Totino Grace and then Orono, non-conference game. And meanwhile, for Armstrong, they've got Osseo on Tuesday night and then a Wednesday game at Washburn as they try and bounce back and kind of get the taste of this one out of their mouth a little bit, I think, right? Yeah. I mean, it's been a tough night.
You know, it's kind of one of those games where you got to go, you know, okay, it's over. Thank goodness we've been there. We'll see what we can take and learn from it. We'll look at what we did well, but what we could improve on, and it's done. So now let's move on. New day tomorrow. Get in here and practice and get ready for next week.
In Park Center, as we said, their confidence got to be growing. They played a really good second half and pulled away from Coon Rapids and get the win in their last game, and then have been pretty good all night tonight. Holman open for a 3, and she can really shoot it. Second 3 she's made tonight, has 8 points in pretty limited minutes after playing in the JV game.
The one game I saw her play last week too, she came in off the bench and she was down on the baseline corner, and again another 3.
Foster ahead of the pack will get a layup. She's had a good night as well. 86-41 Park Center. Down to close to a minute and a half to go in this one. Dillard gets the return pass. Nice hoop there for Armstrong. Dillard's probably one of the few for them that I'd say has played pretty well tonight. And there is Diggs with a 3. She'd been quiet for a little while, but gets another one to go. And they are nearing 90. Diggs up with the steal.
She did a great job of stepping in front of the offensive player.
Here's Holman for 3 more. That one wouldn't. No, now it bounces in. I thought it was coming off. 92-43, and Pirates are pumped. And there's Diggs with a steal. And she'll have to save it in, and it'll be Park Center ball. Fair to say that things are pretty exciting right now in Park Center girls basketball after a tough start to the year.
Exactly. You know, they're starting to understand it, play coach's system right, and we've got it.
Check that out. Diggs throws it off the back of an Armstrong player, basically passed it to herself there. Diggs will fire again, and she hits again. Unbelievable. Boy, they were making a late push toward 100. I don't think they're going to quite get there, but Dillard losing it. Foster running it back the other way. She's going to stop and fire a three. And banks it in.
She banks it in.
98-43 Park Center. Person trying to answer with a three, cannot do it, but what a game on the road tonight for Park Center. Gosh, I would have said coming into this game that probably a toss-up or maybe even Armstrong a slight favorite based on what had happened earlier this year so far for these teams, but it's a blowout win for Park Center. They got to be feeling really good right now, Patty.
Oh, definitely. It's like, I agree with you. I thought it was going to be close, and I thought, well, maybe, like you said, looking at how the seasons had started, that, maybe they was getting a little more comfortable with what they were doing and would be an Armstrong slight edge. But Park Center came out on fire tonight, and they just didn't give up and didn't stop.
23 points for Diggs, 22 for Foster, 17 for Schaffa, and Singleton had 14, and then a quick 11 off the bench for Holman as well for the Pirates, and 11 points for Dillard, 10 for Erickson for the Falcons. So Armstrong drops to 3-4. Park Center, second straight win. They are now 2-4 this season. Hope you've enjoyed this one here tonight, and happy holidays from all of us at CCX as well. For Patty Sorensen and the rest of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Armstrong High School.